Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I was not planning on reviewing this, but I went out to a comic shop, and this happened to be next to it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my kitty shirt. It's a very cool design. I like it a bunch. But what the hell is Kitty, if you don't know? Kitty are an all-female metal band that came out sort of in the late 90s, early 2000s during sort of the nu metal era from Canada. I was aware of them at the time. I even had the opportunity to be kind of like an early adopter because I remember seeing one of their music videos and being into it. But then I kind of, I was like, well, let me, wait to see another one, because I wasn't as into the next one. So I kind of dropped off. But then, fortunately, in like my, early 30s, I started to get back into them. And then really fortunately, just last year in 2024, they decided to tour, and I actually got to see them perform live. It's actually where I got the shirt from. I also got some videos of said performance. They're on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Comic book store, eh? So yeah, aside from being a heavy metal nerd, I'm also a big nerd just in general. There's a comic book store I like to go to called Got Comics in Glendale Heights. Very cool shop. Always has a great selection, and they always have Transformers stuff. So I got, boom! It's a very cool comic book representation thing. It's very neat. But anyway, just so happened that right next to that particular location, there was a Boba spot. And I was like, cool, man, I could go for some Boba. But what Boba did I get, and where did I get it from? It's boom! This is from a place called Boba Calico. This is their Thai tea smoothie. Ooh. So it's not actually boba, but I saw this. It was listed as being one of their new drinks, and I was like, man, I love some Thai tea. So, let's get a thing here. We got the pointy straw. Oh, and what with this being a local establishment, this review is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just local spots. Pop it in. Let's get a thing for the thing here real quick. Can I get rid of the thing? Get rid of the sticker? Maybe? Come on, Brandon. You went to a few years of community college. Certainly you can get a sticker off. I can't. Well, that's fine. It's fine. We'll do it like this, and we'll just go. Ha 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 ha! I dropped out of college anyway, so let's give it a go. Ooh. That's tasty. Plus, I appreciate that there's a kitty on it, because I have a kitty myself. Her name is Kiichi. She's the best cat in the world. I love her so much. I'm going to go home and snuggle her. No, that's really good. That's really good. If you've never had a Thai iced tea, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Second of all, get the fuck on that. Thai iced tea is amazing. It is unlike any other tea that you've had, unless you've had other teas that are similar to it. But I've never had another tea that's similar to it. It's so rich and sweet and like just, it's not at all like normal, like American style iced tea. It's almost closer to like something along the lines of like a latte or something like that. Like it's very creamy, has a lot going on. This is that, but then just amped up in smoothie form. This is delicious. And literally, just a couple days ago, I was thinking about the fact that I hadn't had a Thai iced tea in a really long time. I used to get it all the time. There was a place called Subdragon. I actually reviewed it a few years ago. They were my favorite Thai food spot. I would usually get one when I went there, but sadly, Subdragon's no longer around. So, this is definitely hitting a similar spot. Maybe not point for point, but obviously it's a different format. So, this is really good. It definitely has that Thai tea kind of flavor to it. But then, because it's in the smoothie format, maybe a little bit sweeter in certain areas, then also maybe a little bit less concentrated in others, because it's in that sort of semi-frozen format. So I like that, because like on the one hand, it gains a little bit somewhere, and then on the other hand, it, maybe loses a little something, but ultimately it kind of evens out to still just be like a really delicious drink that, again, sort of, it hits on that point that I was looking for from a Thai iced tea. This is really tasty. And like, this is the perfect thing too, because I just got through doing a couple of burger reviews from a place called Five Bros Burgers. Go watch those reviews if you're interested. But, something like this, where it hits, it's a little bit decadent, but also nice and refreshing in its way. That's perfect, man. It works on my love for smoothies. It works on my love for frozen drinks. It also works on my love for Thai iced tea. That's fantastic. There's absolutely nothing I dislike about this. Yeah. If I had any point of contention, again, we're talking minuscule here. The only thing is that I do wish just a little bit, if I could just get a little stronger hit of that Thai iced tea, because like I said, because it is in that frozen format, you're going to lose some of that concentration. But, again, we're talking minuscule. Like, this is delicious, and everything about it I'm about. And it's a delicious drink that I've never had in this type of format before. And it's got a kitty on it. Look at the kitty. I wish my cat... I don't actually wish that, but well, to be fair, my cat will go over there if I leave like a drink with a straw out. These days, not so much. She's a little bit less rambunctious, but she definitely always used to go after that straw. So that wouldn't be an entirely inaccurate representation of her when she was a smaller cat. Not that she's a big cat, but she's my little. No, that's really tasty. That just hits, and that's fantastic. It's refreshing and wonderful. I love it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. Come on now. I've been gushing over it this entire time. No, I think that's really, really good. And like I said, I've never thought to go over there and have, something like a Thai iced tea in smoothie format. But now that I've had that, my brain is like, why didn't you have this before? And I guess the answer is because I hadn't been to Boba Calico yet. I think that's a really tasty drink. It makes me, not only does it make me want to go back for this, but it makes me want to go over there, try out more of their menu. Because I really enjoy this. And again, it hits perfectly for me. So much so, I'm calling this one the business. And folks, if you watch my channel, you already know what the business is, but if you don't, when I refer to something as the business, that means it's like pretty much perfect, like, yeah, you can tweak it a little bit here or there, you can do a little, but like fundamentally, it's just a perfect item. And that for me is kind of what this is. Like I said, you could make a few alterations, like I said, a little bit more strength of the Thai iced tea flavor, but fundamentally, man, that's just fantastic. And like I said, I love that it's in that format because I'm somebody who loves frozen drinks. So I'm super down with this. I'm already having a good day. I had a couple of good burgers. I found a cool Transformers thing. Now I'm having a super tasty drink. And if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely recommending it. And in fact, I'm going to recommend, if you happen to be in the area, stop off at Got Comics, okay? Because really cool store. The guy who runs the place is really awesome. It's never been anything but extremely nice to me. And again, they have cool Transformer stuff. Plus, they got comics. Maybe get yourself some comics, maybe when you're done. Maybe go out to Boba Calic, get yourself a nice drink. There's also a sushi place and a martial arts place, and I think there's like a Middle Eastern supermarket, and maybe one or two other things. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, cover the episodes a truly Boba-tastic rest of your life, plus it has a kitty on it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. Support your local comic shops. Seriously. I consider myself lucky in that I kind of grew up in a little bit, maybe not the golden age, but certainly something of a golden age when it came to comic books, because I grew up in the 90s during the comic boom, when Image Comics came around and Marvel and DC were really hitting hard, and you had a million different, holographic covers and shit. And that's where I got into my love of all that stuff, and it's persisted into adulthood, and I'm really happy that there's still comic book stores around, and I want that for future generations. If you enjoy the characters on the big screen or on, in the TV shows or Netflix or what the fuck ever, go out and get yourself some comics, because I can promise you, no matter how cool those are, it's going to be even better in the comics. Most of the time. It depends on who's writing it. But anyway,